welcome again to another episode of the Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History on the Tunde Laniyo podcast. Today we'll continue our discussion as I invite him to lead us into the things that he did. The things we'll focus on with Jare Adewolu, cousin Jay. You're welcome again to the Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History.
Brother's friend.
Yes.
Remy used to say my brother.
Call you that.
Yeah. So he now that Remy Ogushile inspired me to read diploma in theatres.
Right.
He said, what's happening? You have qualification. Why don't you apply for study leave with pay? If I don't remember this, it will have pained me. So Remy then, inspired me, and I wrote, and I got sponsorship to read theatre. It would have been a tragedy because I've been good.
You've been in the role.
Without
this is a society that thrives on certificates.
Yes, and immediately I came. The promotion was, rapid. Instead of production assistant, production officer,
yes,
I became producer.
Right.
Producer is
Yeah, I understand.
So that's it.
Right. So I wanted to know from you your journey now into the BCOS television.
Okay. When this happened, when tragedy struck, then I was my vehicle, Peugeot or something, I used it to as kabu to make ends meet.
Right.
And then somebody, Kunle Pain, then heard that Baba Abiara needed a producer.
Right.
And he told me that he wanted Kunle, but Kunle said he's still in
service.
Right. He would recommend somebody for him. So Kunle then recommended me for Baba Biara.
Yes.
I then went. I submitted the application as they said I should submit. When I went, then I wrote back. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've not started work. I've been writing withdraw something. Baba then told somebody to tell me to see him. Then I saw him at they have not moved to
the road.
If they have not moved to that, then when I was coming, it was Emabosa. I looked back. He was saying Emabosa. So then I went. Because I've written back that I'm sorry, I can't take
the job.
That's why he said they should call me for him. So he said, I will get out your share for you. And then I said, I was convinced. I said, I'm the one. I'm not going to report back to anybody. I am the one to decide. I said, I concur. So that's why I then took over production of his weekly program. Yeah. And I used to travel with as a producer. I used to travel with the production with the cassettes. Yes. With the cassettes.
To different stations.
To different stations. Do you know why? So that because and later they created Osun State.
Yes.
They carved it out of Oyo. And the producers who went to Osun overwhelmed the one remaining.
Yes, there was a gap.
Yes. Then they were wondering. I wasn't there. Then Banjodo is a friend. My classmate was because that one had died. Okay. My classmate was his friend. And they will even build houses near Winner together.
Okay.
Banjodo used to collect money from me so that they built. Anyway, Banjodo said, go and look for Jare now. He told them I was hearing. Then when they were saying, then they came to invite me. You know, they didn't meet me. They wrote here. When they didn't see me, they would come to Adewolu and they were trying to locate me with the information. Then later, then Oshomaju said, I see your sister. That's Adewolu. They said, I see your sister. He wrote it in the something he wrote for me because we could not see. Then I came, and then they wanted me to take up drama. Yeah, because drama producers had left. Then I negotiated. I said, this is what I will take, this and that. And then they said, when are you starting? I said, they should allow me to resign formally with Agbala. But when I came back, they have changed. I don't know. I've said bye-bye to them there at Agbala. Then I was coming and they said, sorry, Jare, that's why you. They said you are not from Osun State, but this state, so we're sorry. You can't resign the contract they are giving you. It's a contract. Well, I was thinking because I had NTA on contract, but not quite 3 months. I was converted to permanent
full staff.
I was thinking maybe that would
happen like that.
So that's how I came. Meanwhile, I've said bye-bye to, I told you, I've said bye-bye to Adewolu. So that's why I came back by that time, God was wonderful. I was shortly, before I gave Babiara letter, I was shortly between Adewolu and Histor. You know, but something interesting happened. The drama camera people, Adewolu, they said, Ẹ̀gbọ́n, kí ló dé jẹ́ ká ṣe máa ṣe ní overnight recording so that because we don't have enough hands, that overnight recording helped me.
Right.
So I will record Agbala daytime, then night, then incidentally, Baba Muye was the one I was recording, a lady affair or something. You know, I will record him with the episodes at night. So I was shifting shortly
between the two places.
And when I wanted to take the job of Histor, I prayed, Lord, I don't want any incantation. I don't want to involve in incantations. So I prayed to God. And lucky now, we were holding meeting. Our artists who were waiting at the secretary's place. So when we came out, I saw Baba Muye. We embraced. Mr. Adewolu said, thank God, Ẹ̀gbọ́n, that's your artist. Baba Muye, that's your producer. We pushed ourselves. Then what? Then we embraced. My prayer was answered because Baba Muye also doesn't deal with incantations and all that. That's how we started episode 13. We finished. We were so thrilled. They said we should continue. Then from a lady offer, they said we should look for something. He then bring up Adewolu. Then that's we continue. Built on that. Yes. When they said one is already stayed, we went to another something. So that's how I came to. And incidentally, my appointment was not ratified. I mean, that I said
it was still a contract.
Contract. Then I was writing. Please. Somebody said somebody who was in place of authority there,
Mm.
then saw my name and saw my file.
Yes.
I said, okay, I should come. This thing that I'm writing, it may tell on my daughter or my children in the future. They will say that fellow who used to write something, because I was writing.
To demand
for something. They said, okay. They said they didn't do something again for me, which was my right. I was entitled to, what do they call it? I was entitled to some entitlements. I wasn't given.
Right.
He said it directed me how I could write. Then I wrote, and then they now, gave me, though it's not much, but then they gave me. So then I would ask again, why? But I wasn't 60 that time. That was what they would have said. But I wasn't given permanent appointment. I got different 3 times awards. And the best drama producer of the year. And I still have the thing. So, but I served for about 24 years.
Yeah.
As
contract staff.
So that's how.
That's serious.
That's how I got to that place. Yeah.
We have traveled through very many phases of your life. Who are the directors? You've mentioned some of them, but those were mostly directors on television. On stage, where you started from, which directors did you enjoy most?
Oh my God! Akudi. Adewolu. I was watching one of your editions. I was watching that, but that was really. That was what adjective do I give? That was Uncle
Vintage Dakbo.
Uncle Adewolu was he loved me so much, and but I never saw him that much in such. But that man was it was. No. But one who made you remember Martin Marion.
Yeah, Matt, yes.
Martin Marion, they used to club together, they used to enjoy together, but this day, we were rehearsing the serious play, and Matt was playing a role. And when he got to that certain portion, something happened, he would miss it. Then we say, oh, Uncle D didn't like that. Uncle D will correct him, go back to last seat. Then when Martin said, don't give me that bush teeth, man. Then he was walking away. He said, Matt. He called Matt about 6 times with different tones. We were all like we did. We were all afraid, and we said something terrible. Because he walked away.
Mark walked away.
Mark walked away. But people say they know how they settle. They will meet at their club and but that day, but this one that I saw. Hey, but Uncle D. I went to his office one day. See how he was describing me as if we were past. He said he was saying to people around in his office, she remembered those days where we were sharing 1 shilling. And traveling TNT, we
Yeah.
would ride TNT everywhere because in theater I used to be theater hands. Then we would ride, and for even traveling theater,
Yes.
traveling allowance.
Yes.
I would then, he is the one who will collect the thing and they share with among us. Then he say, the way he was saying it, as if we were
Pass.
as if he's so I mean, but when I was hearing that one, it was too much. The man suffered though.
Yes. I think that diverse people, we meet different people in the theater, people with different temperaments. That's what you just described. And who among them do you think made the most impact, apart from Tunji Oyelano, of course, and Dapo? I know you said Zulu Shofel also took you in some theater writing programs. Who did you enjoy most?
Guy, thanks so much. As if I was,
waiting for that.
Well, Femi, Professor Femi Oshofisa. Professor Femi Oshofisa was outstanding. He's taking me as, he's caring for me. Every time I would just see something from him. I think he was always feeling that I would be in need. He would just send me something. And I was in his midnight hotel.
Yes.
I was Pa Jimo.
Yes, I remember.
Pa Jimo.
Baby, you're welcome to midnight hotel.
My God. I was Pa Jimo.
Yes.
And, in that particular, in my own scene, Ashibong, I think Ashibong was the one, that he would say, Jimo, yeah, boy, don't call me a boy.
Yes.
I am Chief. I am Chief Jimo.
Yes.
You are too bad, this is reflected over.
I too bad this year indeed.
I too bad this year reflected over. Because I won't answer, boy. Later I said, turn back and said, look, I am not a boy. I am Chief Jimo. The ballet of Kinika, because of my Kinika, conferred the honor, the title to me of Atumbe Dishi, of I'm telling you. So then I was in his, this particular birthdays
are not for dying. Birthdays are not for dying.
And
we recorded that together too.
Thank you. I was in it.
Yes.
Then when I was to celebrate my 80th birthday, I said it's what I wrote. As what do you call it? To
send you tribute.
Yeah, no. When I wanted to tell people to for invitation.
Right.
So I said birthdays are not for dying. And I will not die for you.
Yeah.
So okay, it's the second, the 81st birthday.
Right.
It's the 81st birthday. Because I remember I used my picture in 80th.
80th, yes.
For the 81st. So I said birthdays are not for dying. And incidentally, when I heard about the death of somebody in theater too, who died around his birthday. So I said, because I said birthdays, because I wrote I was involved in the one,
Yes.
the one you are talking about.
Yes.
I played a role there. That's why I said 12 days are
And not for dying.
I will not die.
Yes.
So we thank God.
We thank God.
We really thank God.
We thank God.
We really thank God.
We've seen a lot,
Mm.
and it's good that you are sharing your journey through the theater, through different areas of the theater, from being a one-man performer from secondary school, when you would be logging Twelfth Night or whichever Shakespearean material was in your hands, until today you sustain that interest.
Yes.
Over 60 years. Over 60 years. And you are the true veteran. You've interacted with many performers. English and the Yoruba language.
Let me English and Yoruba language.
Yes.
Let me remember to say this. Asiata, our original acting company,
Yes.
under Dapo Adeluba.
Yes.
We used to have a traveling theater alongside with Ogumola.
Kola Ogumala.
He will perform Yoruba stage Yoruba plays, and we will stage English plays. And Mama Kweju, when Ewejoko went to agricultural center.
That's Kweju Ogumala, who is popular in the theater now too.
Mama
in Nollywood too.
Yes, Mama Kweju. When we met at Ewejoko's burial agricultural center, something, Mama Kweju said Kweju was the pregnancy she was carrying when you were on
the traveling route.
Yes.
Traveling route.
Yes, I think she is of blessed memory. Mama Kweju was
yes, yes.
I said, wow. Because you can see Kweju now, if I
she's a big woman.
Big woman
in the theater. We thank God. We thank God. People like you, witnesses like you, give inspiration to other people to continue plying their trade, because so many things also happen to you along the way, including being removed without a plan in '85 and not being given a proper appointment for so long, for 24 years. You are, well, maybe that's also a blessing, because if you are given a proper appointment, you would have been removed because of age, because you would have gone past the retirement age. So maybe that also kept you for us for so long that we could continue to see your hand, and we want to thank God for all of that.
Let me now tell you something.
Yes.
At NTA,
Yes.
I wasn't up to 10 years in service when the retrenchment came. So I could not have an pension.
Yes.
Neither could I earn
Gratuity.
So the same thing now, the 24 years, you had that.
Same thing happened in.
So I had no.
A man without pension or
gratuity.
That's a title for another. Man without pension. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. I do wish, like I said also to Dele Borakio, that remuneration for theater artists could be better, so that their lives can be more comfortable, particularly as they grow older. I hope people are paying attention and they can use that advice in what they do with remuneration for those who are proper theatre artists. I want to remind you that this is the Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History on the Tunde Laniyo podcast. In the last 2 weeks, we've been talking with a true veteran of the theatre. He's traversed the theatre for over 60 years and he's made a lot of connections, acted with a lot of people, with a lot of well-known names, including those who were born when he was in the theatre. He's shared. We thank him again for making time to be on the Tunde Laniyo podcast, the Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History. I encourage you to continue to watch, to share it, to like it and share it, and make comments so that these people that will bring, these people you can interact with them, they can answer your questions or gaps that you want to be filled. Until we come back again next week with it's bye from me.